Hello, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Chris Cook, a relationship coach, and today I'm going to be talking about the issue of stonewalling and why is it such a destructive communication pattern. And I'm going to give you a quick tip, four-step quick tip on what you can do to stop stonewalling from ruining your relationship. At the end, I've got a bonus suggestion that will even prevent stonewalling from occurring in the first place. So, what is stonewalling? Well, if you can imagine or reflect on your experiences in the past, you're having a discussion with your spouse and it's getting to a heated debate, and you feel like you've said all that you can say on the topic and you don't want to have the discussion anymore. You decided to just shut down. So, you fold your arms and you're looking away, you're not engaging with your spouse. That is stonewalling. Stonewalling is one of the four destructive communication patterns that were discovered by John Gottman and Bob Levison, who were professors at the Washington University. I'm sorry, the University of Washington. University of Washington. If I've ever said Washington University, I mean the University of Washington. Okay, so forgive me for that. Anyway, they had what's called the Love Lab, and they had thousands of couples come in, and they would observe these couples and see what they were doing to make the relationship last or what they were doing to not make the relationship survive so well. They categorized these couples into the masters, the ones who were really doing the right things, and the disasters, the ones who were doing all the destructive communication patterns, and they noticed that there were four distinctive communication patterns that were most destructive. These are criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling. Today we'll be focusing on stonewalling, and we're going to be talking about what we can do as a quick fix to resolve it from disrupting the joy and the peace and happiness in our marriage. Okay, that's my passion. My passion is to help couples to resolve these things. So in their observation, they learned that when people are stonewalling, it is so destructive because the other spouse feels like he or she, and usually it's the men, 80% of the time, it's the men that stonewalls. So I may speak in terms of masculinity throughout the conversation with you in this video. Don't take it personal. I'm just going according to the data. So they found that while the person who's stonewalling, the husband, let's say, the wife is there trying to get his attention, and she's escalating. She's becoming really, really angry, and the conversation is just going south. Okay, just not doing it, and there's anything good coming from this conversation. And so you can see how stonewalling actually leads to more destructive conversations and communications with our spouse. And so we need to resolve it. We need to resolve the whole stonewalling thing. I think stonewalling is one of the best examples of the emotional brain taking over and running things. They found in the study, for example, that when the guys after the exercise where they were observing them was over, they would go and they would ask them to say, "Mr. Jones, we noticed in the exercise you were having this kind of debate with your wife, and then you just decided, or you just shut down, and you didn't engage with your wife, but we did notice that your heart rate was going crazy. What was going on? Tell us what's happening." Mr. Jones would say, "You know what? I just didn't want to talk to the woman anymore, and so I just decided to not get involved anymore. I just decided to shut down." And they thought, the man is trying to self-soothe. He's trying to self-soothe. And so they decided to explore what they could do to help couples to recover from stonewalling through a process of self-soothing. One thing they did was they involved the couples in a kind of a discussion, a heated debate. They asked them these questions that would, what's one of the issues that occurs in your marriage, which is a bone of contention. And so you've got these couples kind of arguing. They've been observed. They've been video recorded. And when they noticed that they were becoming physiologically aroused, they were becoming angry and more, animated in the conversation with each other, they would pause them. They would stop them. They would say, "Guys, we've got a technical issue. Please just don't talk to each other for a few minutes. We just need to figure out what's going on with the equipment." And so they will get them to calm down. The heart rate and the tension and everything would calm down. After about 20 minutes, they would say, "Guys, thank you for that. The equipment's all working now. Let's pick it up and let's continue." And they found that the couples were able to resolve the issue a lot better than before when they were physically aroused. So that's what we're going to focus on as our quick fix. We're going to take a break, so we're going to give the prefrontal cortex an opportunity to take over and not put us into the fight and flight mode. So the four-step quick fix that I would like to suggest is that we recognize when we are being flooded or heading into stonewalling phase. Then we communicate to our spouse that we need a break. Then we calm down, and then we return to the conversation, and hopefully we are now able to resolve it a bit better than before. So those are the four steps that I would like to use to express to you what the quick fix is. So this issue of recognizing that you're stonewalling or that you're getting flooded is very important, because if you do not know what's happening within you, within yourself, then you may even enter into a stonewalling phase without fully realizing it. You're in the emotional, the amygdala is taking over and it's getting into fight or flight mode, and you're not really in control of yourself, and you're not really in control of the situation. That's my stomach there for you. And so, what you want to do is you want to recognize that it's happening, and then recognize that you've got something to do to resolve it from occurring. The next step, step number two, is you want to communicate this to your spouse. You want to use soft startups. You want to say in the nicest tone possible, throw in a few terms of endearment, in terms of engagement, terms of endearment, such as honey, darling, sweetheart, and call for some time out. Say, look, darling, I am feeling overwhelmed. I know this is an important conversation. Note the tone of the voice. You're keeping it nice tone, and you're pleading for an opportunity to take a break and not become physiologically aroused, so that you can self-soothe. Any spouse in their right minds whose spouse come to them with such a nice tone, asking for an opportunity to deal with this matter when they're better able to deal with it, is going to recognize that, yeah, let's give you a break. They're not going to say, no, no, we need to talk about it now. And if they do, then you're in trouble. Hopefully they don't, though. So you want to take a break. Then you want to calm yourself down. And I don't know what you do to calm down, but figure that thing out and do it, because you need to uh, get your physiological arousal all the way down and go back to a baseline where you can actually have a proper conversation without being angry. Then I would also remember to mention to your wife or your spouse, your husband, whoever is on the receiving end of your flooding, that you are going to be coming back in 10 minutes, 20. You're going to need at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you will come back and you will finish the conversation, so that they're not hanging around thinking, is this, are they coming back? Is this, that's going to cause them some stress. You don't want to do that. You want to help them to kind of help you on the process. And so tell them that you'll be back in 30 minutes. When you do come back, when you return, which is step four, you're going to be more able to engage and be more able to use your rational brain to handle the situation at hand and not be physiologically aroused. Those are my four-step quick fix that I want to suggest that you do to prevent stonewalling from ruining your relationship. But I've got even a better way, a preventative measure. And when I'm working with my couples as a relationship coach, one thing I do encourage them to do is I teach them what the four horsemen of the apocalypse are, and then I show them that they can make covenants jointly, proactively, and preemptively to resolve these four horsemen of the apocalypse should they arise in their communication. So, in terms of stonewalling, they can make a covenant, an actual agreement that they're not going to stonewall. And if they do, they're going to recognize it in each other, and they're going to help each other to not be so physiologically aroused, and take the opportunity to self soothe. And so they've got the knowledge about this issue, and they've got a plan to resolve it. And it's all done in advance. So when the issue occurs, if it ever occurs, they are prepared to handle it, and they're doing it together as a team. And it is the best solution I can offer as a solution to prevent stonewalling from ruining your relationship. So this is one of many patterns and practices and methods that we use to help our couples resolve their marriages. If you have any questions about what I've said, if you have any concerns that you're experiencing in your marriage and you think I can help you with, please go ahead and contact me. My details are below in the information box. I am so glad that you took the time to spend a few minutes with me, have me ramble on about stonewalling. Have a wonderful day.